Hello and welcome back to Blue Crescent Tarot. My name is Deanne and I am back today with my next installment of #Tarot Shelf. This is part 4, Oracles segment 1. So I am here, I am still pregnant. If nothing happens today, February 27th, I will be induced tomorrow morning, February 28th. And so I figure I better jump on while I had a little bit of energy and try to record these last two segments, part 4 and part 5. So if you've been watching along, we're going to do this pretty much the same way as we've done the others. Sometimes I'll just show you the box and tell you the name and pass it along. And sometimes I will crack them open and show you 1 or 2 cards. We've been keeping these about 45 minutes long, so that's my aim again for this one. I've actually started this one twice earlier last week, and it just didn't quite work out because of home life. So I am back with a 3rd attempt to try to finish these oracles before I'm on my tarot tube maternity leave. So to start us out, I have 2 that are by Andrew Schwartz at skullgarden.net. So these are both by the creator of the Wooden Tarot and Seeker's Lenormand, regular and mini, both of which are out of print. I do believe these are both still available. Definitely Earthbound Oracle is still available, but basically just check out that site if you are interested in any of these. And another quick note before we dive in, if I leave out anything, because I'm definitely not saying the publisher, the creator name even for some of these, as this is basically serving as an inventory for myself and to show you what I have in my collection. But if there's any information that you can't track down, creator name, artist name, anything like that, author, publisher, please let me know in the comments and I will try to get back to those as soon as possible. So first we have the Pathfinder Oracle. This one is really interesting, comes with a little guidebook. These are the backs, and I'm just showing this one because I don't see it a ton. And here's the cover photo, the beetle. So these are square cards. You can use them with these different symbols and moon phases in different directions. Most of the time I have used them quote unquote right side up. So really kind of nature based. We have the cave, bison, and you'll see some of these similar art stylings used as in the Wooden Tarot with different eyes and things like that, or extra eyes. Companion. These were partially in order until I showed some last time because I was of course planning to do a walkthrough. Sky. So it's really a gentle, the art style is gentle but still uses bold colors, if that makes sense. So there's a softness to it, but it's also got bold colors. So I think it's a nice combination of things in that way. Home, moon, key. And so I love it for a few reasons, because you know how I feel about a symbols deck, and because these are just very simple images and simple keywords. Not even really keywords, it's just telling you what it is, right? Cosmic egg. So I love that kind of openness. There is also UFO card. So some different things to balance out sort of that cosmic-y with the earthy vibe. But I would say this is mostly an earthy deck. So there's that. I do love these for casting, though it's been a while. And when I say that, I just mean I would like lay out a spread and read the cards, and then also cast charms or little circle punches on top of it. So there's that. I'm gonna, as always, try to build a tower as we go here. Earthbound Oracle. Again, obviously the name Earthbound would insinuate that this is primarily an earthy deck. I really love this, again, for the simplicity and for the variety of cards that are present. This pairs so well with any deck, truly. So if that's something that you're interested in, matching decks up or reading them in layers, things like that, this is a great option. And also an oracle deck that isn't something like, you know, positive affirmation messages on each card. If you're looking for something that's more, you know, it's just a small little symbol on a card to maybe pull something additionally out of your tarot reading, this is a really great option. Dreamtime reading cards. This one I will pass by opening just because I think there are plenty of walkthroughs on it. There are other decks by this creator. I bought this secondhand. This is to connect with the ancient spirit and nature of Australia. I don't really have anything to do with Australia, but I thought these were beautiful and interesting, and I'll show you some of them on the back. And again, there are, one of them's called maybe Saltwater Dreams or something like that, saltwater reading cards. So there are a few things by this creator and artist, and I got this secondhand in a bundle because I thought it was something beautiful for me to work with, even though I don't have that Australian connection. Okay, where to put this? Where? Excuse my reach here. We're going to make another pile so that we can keep going. So this is one of my absolute favorite things, the Botanical deck. This is by Jessica Bott, or the Cracked Amethyst. You can follow the Cracked Amethyst on Instagram. This is the creator of the much sought after Idiosyncra deck, though I will say I haven't seen as many like people searching for that as I was a couple years ago when I was searching for it. I was lucky enough to get a copy. So basically, this is a tarot and oracle. Okay, it comes in this like split box, and they don't exactly fit tarot and oracle. So that part is a little, you know, whatever, but it's just how it is. So obviously the name again implies that these are all botanical images. There are different suits. So we have Two of Crops is going to be, do I even know the suits? Let me see. It has been since I was working in the office that I've had this out for a reading. I've used it for meditation, but not for a reading since then. So like early 2020 is the last time I had this out. So let me just show you an example since this one's a little different. If I can find a little page that will show us how these are separated. Okay, so the trees are the major arcana used to represent a significant issue or situation. The deck in total has 130 cards. Combination of a standard tarot deck with a major arcana and 4 suits, and an oracle deck comprised of 5 suits. So that's the thing I love too. I love an oracle deck that has suits or categories, and so for many reasons this was so exciting to me. Flowers replace the traditional cups, crops replace the traditional pentacles, spices replace the traditional wands, and cacti replace the traditional swords. Okay, so we have majors and then the 4 suits. And then the oracles, poisons, herbs, medicines, mushrooms, and carnivorous. Okay, so also the number ace to 10, they number ace to 10, and the symbology of the numbers matches the symbology of a tarot deck. For example, the aces all represent beginnings, potential, and something new. So that is useful information to have as well. You can use that that standard numerology even as you're in the oracle section of this deck. I like using all of these things together in a big giant reading. The artwork is gorgeous if it's something that you're into. Similar, I don't really know if this is vector art, like Idiosyncra deck. I'm not great with naming art styles, but it has that similar feel to me, right? Really beautiful. And then the cacti, again, are the swords, which makes sense. And then we get into the oracle section of this. Poisons, herbs, mushrooms. Right, so we get that idea of healing, or like an antidote to the poisons, things like that. Really love this deck. It's something fun and different if you're looking to shake things up a bit. But can also be used like a standard tarot. So again, these don't split evenly into tarot and oracle, so that's something to consider. I might have to have Kelly Bear make me a custom pouch or pouches for this so I can have them separate. Okay, so let's see what else we can get through here. This is Soul Cards 2. Here in this bag, I have Soul Cards 1. I'll show you just a few of these. These are completely intuitive, no words, no numbers, beautiful artwork by Deborah Koff Chapin, and great for meditation, also great for readings, to pull out and kind of extrapolate what you think is going on, how these images and symbols and colors might affect or influence tarot cards you have on the table or oracle cards you have on the table. My good friend Chris at Elemental Cartomancy uses this in his roundtable readings, so do check that out and you can see a bit of the way that he works with these. Also, he has a video that is #HowIUseOracle, so please check that out. He goes through this again in that video as one of his main oracles. He doesn't use many, but this is one that he uses often. So I will just skip along on these and point you to his channel if you would like more information on soul cards. I do believe there's a third deck, and there's also one called Open Portal. No, not Open Portals. Portals of Presence, I'm sorry. So there are a couple more decks also available by this creator. Then we have the Pythia Botanical Oracle. I had shown the, can't think of what it's called, Ophidia Rosa Tarot. This is a beautifully matte gilded companion deck to that tarot. Just one keyword and one word for the plant that you are seeing. Really beautiful, simple deck. I love these together. Haven't had them out in a while again since in the office. I think I had these on my work table in January 2020. So again, it's been a while, but they're beautiful, high quality, calm, peaceful images, and again, something kind of different to dive into. Then we have Memento Mori. This is a Lenormand and Oracle deck. However, because of the size of it and because it's new to my collection, I have it with my oracles. If I want to use it for Lenormand, that is totally cool, and I can pull out those 36 cards. However, again, because it's new and because of the size, so far I've only dipped into this a couple times and have been using it as an oracle. Created by Claire Goodchild of Black and the Moon. She has an awesome newsletter, so do subscribe and check out this and other things that she has on offer. Memento Mori is still available. Some of her things are out of print, but there's a lot there for you to look into. Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. This is the pocket edition. This one is what one of my many what I call couch decks. There are, the messages are on the back of the cards, so you can just sit and cozy up on the couch with your cards and shuffle through and learn about the messages on the back. No need to get a book out or anything like that. Fun little, like, encyclopedia type deck, as I also call it. And, of course, has this starseed connection, as you can, again, tell by the title. Then we have Denise Lynn, Native Spirit. Sorry, I almost said Nature Spirit. These are really beautiful cards. I, again, love using these in combination with tarot or other oracles. It's a very balanced, this says Freedom Horse, Great Mystery, Answering the Call. It's a very balanced oracle, and of course this earthy nature vibe, but also with this spirit element. So again, really balanced in those two ways, and one of the many reasons that I love it. Then we have Animalkin Oracle by Sarah Wilder. There are different editions and versions of this deck. You may have seen similar artwork with a different color border around the box, a different cover image. This is, let me read you some of it. I wanted to, well, it's not really saying what I want it to say, so I'm just going to read you some of these cards on the back. We have Phoenix, Jellyfish, Snake, Crow, Elephant. They all have these different colored, highly decorative borders, which I think are beautiful. These I have used for year ahead readings to accompany a tarot card, or I've just done straight 12 card oracle year ahead readings for clients with this. Really beautiful, and I find it gives them, you know, this art to focus on for the month as well, along with whatever message I give them. Yeah, really great deck, beautiful. I bought it secondhand on a Facebook tarot page, and I'm really happy with it. Then we have the Archangel Animal Oracle cards. This is a Hay House production by Diana Cooper. This is a beautiful little animal deck. I especially love this because it gives the starseed origins of the animals, and it brings in that cosmic vibe. So again, if you're into earthy nature animal decks, but also are into the cosmic stuff, this is another really perfect one. And again, because of the name, you will know that it ties in an archangel with each card as well. So something fun and witchy and extra that I love having in my collection. Then we have the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. I'm looking to see if I have my other archetypes deck in this collection or not, if I put it with something else, because I'm not recalling right now. I will have to look. It would be the Caroline Miss Archetypes deck, and I'm just not recalling if I showed it in one of the other collection videos or if I had it in my other category. Anyway, this is part of the reason I'm doing this. So I have a series on my channel right now, which is going to be paused for probably a couple of months. But who knows? You just never know what the baby is going to be like, if I get a little extra time to myself or not. But at least for a few weeks. But there are about 32 videos, I believe, that you can check out. I do a live stream series on this called Archetype Spotlight, and you can go through and see what we've talked about so far. I also pair, after the first section of archetypes, I think once we got into the places, I started pairing tarot and oracle with them during those live streams, because that's what I do when I'm using this deck on a personal level. So I thought, why don't I show what I actually do with them? So it took me a while to figure that out. The beginning of the series is just me reading the message, looking at the image, and talking to my tarot friends on live chat about what they see and think and feel from those images. And the main focus is really to think about which archetypes are more prevalent in your life and which are more subdued, so on and so forth. So one of my favorites, and a little trigger reminder to figure out where my Caroline Miss deck is and if I've already covered that or not. We'll just see what we come across. Then I have some of my favorite things ever. This is the regular and mini of Kelly Fitzgerald's Journey Oracle. So her shop, her website is The Truth and Story, and her YouTube is also called The Truth and Story. She is one of my favorite tarot tubers. You can find so much information on her channel. Everything she creates, I absolutely love. This Journey Oracle is one of my favorite things. I featured it in my hashtag only 10 decks, which was extremely hard for me to do, but this was a staple on it. This and Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle never moved from my mental list or from my written list that I made prior to recording that video. That's how much of a staple this is for me. So it's basic, simple, simple words, simple keywords. It's basic, but it's beautiful and it's very deep. It matches with anything. You can use this with other decks. You can use this for charm casting onto. I just really love it. so much. I can't say enough about it. It's just beautiful and amazing. And this is available on her site. The mini is currently not available. I bought these right when they came out because I just knew it was something I had to have. This also comes with a book that you can, comes with a link to a book that you can print from lulu.com. Okay, she also has a casting system that coordinates with these decks, and these are like extras from that casting system, so that's what they look like. That might be a different video, but just so you know. Then we have one of the Madame Clara bags, though, do we really know? Oh yes, this is the 2-penny Oracle. I hesitated because in my 5-cent bag, I have a different deck. So this is the 2-penny Oracle. This is the regular rectangle version. Comes with a book, just like everything. Motel gift shop on Etsy, by the way. Just like everything put out by this creator. This is so high quality, beautiful linen cardstock. I love the concept and the artwork and everything about the 5-cent and the 2-penny Oracle. So if you're not familiar, the 5-cent tarot is done in this same style. These decks work beautifully together or as standalones. Yeah, I just really love it. Again, as with all the decks, comes in lots of color options for the backs and the edging and all of that. But I do forget how the box opens out here on the side. This also comes in a round version, which I might have to have someday. I'm just not sure. For now, I love this one, and we'll see if I end up adding the round one as well. Okay, let me find a place for this. So here are a couple Kyle Gray decks. I might have another one, but I can't think right offhand. So Keepers of the Light and Angel Prayers. I love Kyle Gray's work. These are both Hay House Productions. I went in a little ramble in my live stream videos in preparing for these collection videos. So if you want a little more information and to hear me ramble a bit about some things, you can check those out. Basically, I just, hopped on live and pulled everything off my shelves to sort them into tarot, oracle, and whatever else. And during those videos, I ramble a bit about these two. So I'm going to leave these as they are, but basically I love how these work together. You can put, my ramble was basically about soulmates, twin flames, things like that, and how there are crossovers and matches between these two decks in terms of soulmates and twin flames and other things too, really. Let's see. Next, we have another Denise Lynn deck, Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. These are really beautiful. The backs are gorgeous. Let's just show you one. Valiant, Courage, Take Action with Passion. Now, of course, I want to show you other ones. But a really gentle phrase, a key phrase, and then a small quote. Just really could provide like a little quick hit. These would be great for like a daily, like a morning draw, something like that. Simple, easy to understand, beautiful pictures, and the cardstock is nice and smooth. Beautiful. Okay, then we have the Cosmos Oracle, created and designed by Jaya Perinella. This was a Kickstarter that I backed. Loved it so much. Had to get one for a friend because I knew that she would love it so super much. These are just extra art postcards that came with it. So yeah, this is one of those Kickstarters that I saw and immediately had to back it for 2 and send to a friend. So this is a hardcover book. Beautiful cosmic-y artwork on the inside. We have the The guidebook is a little different. There are some instructions in the beginning, and then we have Pluto, which is one of the cards. Okay, so then we have this little story or quote, different things for each card. So it will tell you the message, be open to the possibility of possibilities. That's our message for infinity. And then it goes on to explain. So sometimes there's just a written explanation. Sometimes there's more detailed information. Sometimes there's a poem, different things. And just such an amazing creation, I think. The cards are super simple, which I love. I've said 100 times, I love a really busy deck full of esoterica and just everything piled on it. And I also love a really simple deck. Stellar Stream, Matter. So the cards are all either black or white, except for this one, Cosmos. Tidal Force, just so cool. Again, really great to mix with other cards. Like Flight, if this came up with something like the Seven Pentacles, I would say, well, sometimes the Seven Pence makes me think, okay, it's ready to pick that fruit off the vine. Sometimes the Seven Pence makes me think, okay, we need to wait a few more and let this grow a little more. If I drew this Flight card in conjunction with that, I would say, okay, it's time to pick the fruit from the vine. Okay, so that's just a quick example of how I would use these in conjunction with tarot. I also love all the blank space. Again, great for casting charms or little circle punch cards onto, and then reading those together in combination. Very cool stuff. Awesome holographic backs with my fingerprints on them because it's a little chilly, but I'm sweating in this room, so, you know. But there, you can see the beauty. I mean, just my hands are a little sweaty because I'm excited and I'm playing with cards. You know what I mean. Okay, so that is one section. Let me see what else I can grab here. I have a few in bags, so we will see what's in here. Yes, this one came from Make Playing Cards, and I have no idea what it's called because I'm terrible. So I will try to remember to look this up. This one tells the different categories based on their color, okay, the different suits. So this would be like swords, wands, cups, pence. And then we have all of these. So this contraction up here is like a dark burgundy color. And then Revelation is black. So you will see that this is done in the Kabbalah style, like Tree of Life. So these are like your key cards. It tells you what they mean, okay? So here we have in the center, something about energy. I don't know what the name is. This orange scribbly swirl corresponds with order, okay? I probably would have included this in my first video with like fortune telling, cartomancy, etc., but I didn't. So then the ring around it is red, so that's going to be wands, okay? So wands and order are the two factors at play here. Does that make sense? And here we have that dark burgundy or wine color contraction with the passion suit or wands, okay? Some of them don't have a suit ring around them. So this one is just expansion. So some of them are pure contraction, right? And some of them have a suit. So this is going to be expansion plus emotion. And this one's going to be life force plus chaos. Okay? Square deck, super amazing. I was super drawn to it. I was on MPC shopping for other things. We also have these combination cards. This one's going to be Revelation and Surrender. This one is going to be, and you'll see this one's like on the angle, and this one's upright in terms of this boundary. So this one is creation and life force. Anyway, I was immediately in love with it. Something kind of weird and different and beautiful that I just knew I had to have. So there's that. It's on Make Playing Cards. I do have somewhere in my lives. No, I think I edged this. Yeah, I think I edged this in black Sharpie, by the way. Somewhere in my live streams, probably on a casual Friday, I walked through this and I think I found the name and said the name. These are the backs, by the way. But just in case you want to go searching, it may be there as well. But then I can also try to look it up and find it if you're interested. Then we have Ancient Feminine Wisdom. This is a beautiful, like Greek style calypso as the lover, but not in the tarot sense. Might be similar, but I just mean it's an oracle, right? Aphrodite as desire, Eos as dawn, Medea as magic, Psyche as soul awakening, so on and so forth. This came in a bundle when I got my Mythic Tarot. The same person was selling, you know, a few different kind of like Greek decks. I got it for an amazing price. I think the artwork is beautiful, and yeah, again, focuses on goddesses and heroines. Just really awesome. And there are the backs, just for your information. All right, and then last but not least for things on my left side is the Color Mage Oracle. This is another one that was on my wish list for a long time. I found it within the last year, I believe. Tangerine, Anticipation and Excitement. Lilac, Belief and Faith. I love that they have numbers because I always use the numbers even if they aren't intended to represent anything in an oracle. I still use that. Excuse me. Let's have a sip, everyone. Still working on my morning coffee. Cotton Candy, Make a Wish. Sprout, Learning Something New. As I say for many things, great to pair with other decks. And great for casting. Great for using on its own. Again, would be something really cool for a daily draw to just kind of get you focused and thinking about maybe the best energy moving forward with the day, so on and so forth. Okay, now we have one more stack over here for part 4. We have the Roots and Wings Mini. I do not have the regular size of this. I was able to find this secondhand. These are beautiful. Another really balanced oracle deck. If you're looking for an oracle, again, that doesn't have, you know, messages, whether they're positive, negative, both, whatever, at the bottom. If you just want something beautiful to look at and the, you know, what it is, not even a keyword, and then you can extrapolate your own meaning from that, this would be a great thing to add. Death card is beautiful. Void, the Magician, Home, right? So you can see how these will kind of work together, just with other cards within the same deck or with other decks. Really beautiful, peaceful, would be great for meditation, would be great for altar cards, great for readings. Comes with a little garden spread card, which I think is adorable. Super love this. Then another little oracle deck, one of my favorite things, part of my hashtag only 10 decks, the Antiquities of Magic Oracle. This is a pocket edition, but only in terms of packaging. The box is small. The cards are the same as the other original Antiquities of Magic Oracle. This one has a smaller box and a smaller book. We're going to pass this so that I can show you the bigger one in the next segment. but do be aware the cards are exactly the same. Kuan Yin Oracle Pocket Edition. I think there are lots of walkthroughs of this, so I'm just going to skip it along so we can keep moving here. Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. I thought I had a third. This is beautiful. Again, by the title, very clearly about angels and ancestors. This is great for that ancestor support, for past life work, for a little deep dive before you meditate, anything like that. I also use them just, you know, straight up as reading cards as well. Illuminated Earth Oracle by Claire Mac Arts. This is one of my favorite things. It was very hard not to include this in my only 10 decks. This is, again, very balanced. For people who maybe are not a fan of like a typical oracle, I think this is a great choice. I used this, it does come with a little book. I use this for client readings for as like a summation card for their year ahead. So I did 12 card tarot readings for my clients and then pulled a card for their year, their word of the year. So here we have destruction, healing, right? Very balanced right off the bat. You can see harmony, beautiful artwork. I've said before, if I had this kind of artistic talent, this would be like the oracle deck I would have created, right? That's the best way for me to describe it. I just love the style, cosmos, protection, right? So again, very balanced. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, but it's very balanced and usable and gives you areas to address and work on. Anguish, resistance, vulnerability, separate, tempest, right? All kinds of things that I think are unique and again, really usable. So beautiful. I do also have the Faceted Garden by the same creator, another oracle deck. I find them both really integral to my collection. Here we have the Land Sky Oracle by Teresa Hutch. This is the same creator as the White Sage Tarot. These are big oracle cards, even big for an oracle card, I mean. Comes with a book, which is good because this is a yoga-based deck, which I don't know a lot about, but it was just so beautiful. I had to have it, and I love learning new things. So we have how do I say that? Aparagaha, non-greed, right? So like I would need this keyword because I don't know what that means. And I also dive into the book to get more information. So we have sacred geometry included. We have different yogic concepts, fish pose. Okay, so some things are poses, some things are keywords like cleanse. It's really beautiful and soft if you're looking for something that brings on this really peaceful vibe. This would be something really great. Physical postures, especially if you're already into yoga and this is just, you know, really calling to you, might really help with focusing your practice. Energy, purification, breath, all kinds of things. I've used this mostly just as a quick hit oracle. If something like this, like tree pose, I do know a little bit about. As a dancer, I've taken yoga classes before, but I would not call it like part of my practice. I'm not trained or routinely using yoga. So some of these things, like this one, I probably wouldn't look up, but most of the poses I would look up to see what the message really was there, right? Awaken, right? I can figure that out, but malachite for heal. So this is one where sometimes I know I'm going to have to get into that book. It's not maybe just going to be a quick morning daily thing, which is fine because sometimes I need to slow down, learn something new, crack open the book. Beautiful either way. A few more here for this segment. Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. There are probably walkthroughs of this. I'm going to show you just a couple because they are so beautiful. I really love the idea of places and liminal space, magical little hideaways, the mirror, other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. We have the hidden worlds, changing consciousness, awareness, extrasensory perception, right? It has that ghost and spirits vibe to it. The Isle of Wonders, thinking about these magical places, the relics of Lemuria, the Angel Gate, right? So if you're into stuff like this, this is a beautiful, beautiful deck. Insight, returning home, everything witchy-woo like that. Another really calming deck for me. The Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. This deck is a really great option if you are interested in learning about crystals. A few years back, a friend of mine was sort of studying this deck with me. It is silver gilded, and there's just a picture of the stone and the name on each one. So again, a couple years ago, I would draw one of these weekly, and I would send it to her, and we would kind of talk about the meaning and how it applied to our week. So this has that little special connection for me as something I kind of shared with her. And you will see these different colored borders. Those do correspond to different categories or suits, quote unquote, in the book. So again, if you are into oracles that have categories or suits, so to speak, this might be a cool one for you to check out. Okay, and then, oh, I forget this slides in. That has a little tab for you to pull out, of course. Okay, looks like 3 more in this set. Oh, maybe not, maybe like 5. Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. This is a Doreen Virtue deck. I bought this secondhand from my friend Lina, and as the title explains, it's about different goddesses. This was one that was on my list for quite a while. I'll show you just a few. This is not in print currently, I don't believe. I don't think this is one that Radley Valentine has redone on his own. I could be mistaken, but this will come up occasionally in buy-sell trade groups on Facebook. Remember, do not buy decks from the general Facebook marketplace, as I have never seen a legit one sold there. When I say secondhand on Facebook, I mean Tim and Ellen's Tarot Marketplace, Tarot and Oracle buy-sell trade, groups that have admins that are dedicated to buy-sell trade of decks. Okay? Okay. Let's see. The Secret Language of Animals. This is something I also bought secondhand on Facebook. It was a super great deal. This is a Blue Angel deck. This came up, someone was probably selling it for like 10 or 15 bucks, and I was in the mood to shop, so I picked it up. Beautiful animal deck, has the animal name and some keywords, also comes with an awesome book. This again is another one that I've used in conjunction with my year ahead readings for clients, or not even always year ahead. Even if I'm doing just some other tarot spread, I might then just pull an animal card and say, you know, this is kind of the overall energy, or this is how you kind of walk through the lessons of these cards that we've been talking about. I really love animal decks for that reason, I find. Okay, then there's just a couple more here next to me, things that I've been using regularly, so that's why I almost forgot about them. Let me just make my little stack and make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Okay, here are our last 5 for this segment. Adorabisle Oracle. I bought this secondhand from a Facebook site. This is something like really fun, interesting, cute. Kind of reminds me of like little Pokemon creatures, but maybe a little darker. There's a character, the character's name, and a keyword. There are also elemental symbols. Does this have a book? It doesn't have a book in here, but I feel like it came with a little printout, and I think I put it in a separate little holder. So I do think there's like a little info sheet that came with this. if I'm not mistaken. So again, cute little creature deck, something just different and fun. Look at that ghost. I had to have it. Okay. Then, excuse my reach, Crystal Wisdom. This has been my daily oracle deck for February. This is so awesome because I love like these little rectangle decks. This is the actually only one I have, but I love the size and, you know, the pocketability of it. So we have the agate. They all look the same on the message side, of course, with their respective messages, but then on the back, the front, I don't know, it shows a close-up of each crystal. So good for meditation, altar work, reading, combining with other decks. Basically what I say for most of my oracle decks, right? Lots of uses for them, which is a reason that I love oracles. Okay. Pop these back in their cute little box. I want to make a little rectangle mini deck. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? What would I put on it? I don't know. Okay. Then the Amethyst Oracle by Jessica Bot or J-Bot or the Cracked Amethyst. Same creator as the Idiosyncra deck and the, I'm going to pull these back so I can see the name of it. The Botanical deck with 2 T's, right? Like her name. That big purple set that I showed you near the beginning. Amethyst Oracle is amazing. More recently, she has come out with the Phenomena Oracle. Oh, these have the same backs as the Idiosyncra deck, except for those are teal. And I just love it. So I had this, and I did not have the Idiosyncra deck yet. And this was my way. I bought like one of the last 5 of these that were in print, so I was so happy about that. Same style as the original Idiosyncra deck. Idiosyncra deck is being redone currently. She does like a card a week, I believe. You can follow along on her Instagram. I'm still so glad to have the original, but just wanted to point that out, that if you're falling in love with these kinds of images, the tarot deck that is a companion to this is being redone in a little more refined and mature way, I guess. Though again, I love this style. Super simple vector graphics. Confinement, magic. Again, simple symbols-based deck. So you know I love it, right? Plus the artwork just really gets me. Just makes me feel like inner child, but also, I don't know, but not childish. Oh, I don't know. It's just beautiful and I love it. So that's the Amethyst Oracle. Very out of print again, but the Phenomena Oracle is of a similar style and I believe is still available. I really don't know. It's hard to keep up with her. You're going to have to follow on Instagram and see what you can make of it. Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantment Midnight Edition. I'm going to pass this one by because we use this a lot in my Friday, well, it used to be Casual Friday, then it became Casual Thursday, but if you find any of my casual live streams that say circle punches, you will see some of this deck because I had an extra copy and I made circles out of it, like this. So I will skip opening this because we see this a lot on my channel and you can be checking that out at a different time. Okay, and then last but not least for part 4 Oracle segment 1 is my topwitch Oracle in this beautiful Kelly bag made by Kelly Bear. You can find her at Miss Honey Bear, B-A-R-E, on Etsy. She makes these beautiful pouches. And Zane at Tarot Token Witchery made this deck called Topwitch Oracle. He also has several other decks available at Make Playing Cards. This you can see in action during my more recent Archetype Spotlight videos. because this is what we've used the whole time as the Oracle deck. We have changed out the tarot deck that we use for Archetypes Day, but this Oracle we just have not been able to let go of for those group chats. So very balanced. I mean, it even comes with a demon card. So very balanced. Again, if you're looking for something that doesn't have messages at the bottom, but you would just like a picture and word, this would be a great one for you. I think it has a lot of different perspectives. It works well with so many other decks. If, again, you're into matching, it's just great. There are different back options. These are the original backs. You can find all those options on the shop at Make Plain Cards. Again, that would be under Tarot, Toque, and Witchery, Zane Hughes. And he also has a YouTube channel, so do check him out. Okay, so I think that's it for what I can reach right now. I think I have maybe another 35 Oracle decks on the other side of the room that are all organized and ready to go for part 5 of Tarot Shelf. So I'm going to try to knock it out today, and hopefully this one will be up soon. Thank you so much for hanging out. I miss you all that I haven't seen in lives lately, but I just wanted to keep plugging away at this and get another collection video done for you. And again, hope to finish up part 5 later today. So once you see this one come up, hopefully 5 or so hours after that, maybe you would see the second one pop up. That's my goal for today and tonight. For now, if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Of course, if there's information that I missed out, please let me know that too, and I'll be happy to answer any questions when I'm able. I think that's it for now. I will talk to you again soon. Lots of love.